Hello, friends, and welcome back to TJKidz Super Fun Stories, where imagination becomes reality. Today is episode 5 of the Leaping Leopard series. If you haven't heard the previous episodes, you may want to check those out. But basically, Leo, the Leaping Leopard, has leopard like superhero abilities, and his friend and partner Hazel, the print Puma, is the brains of the team. She has a suit that can 3D print pretty much any object. As always, my daughter will be playing the part of Hazel and the evil villain Cyclona. Are you ready?
Yep.
Didn't you come up with the idea for Cyclona's powers?
Yeah. And I came up with the idea from Monday's story about the bee with a flower allergy. You should be paying me for this.
Well, you'll have to talk to Captain Greenbeard. I put him in charge of payroll.
Dad, really? Can we just get to the story?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Grab a comfy spot, get cozy, and join us on this adventure.
The Leaping Leopard, a superhero tale, episode 5, The Storm Maker Strikes. Leo and Hazel were hanging out at base in Hazel's garage, enjoying the rare quiet moment. Leo began stretching. "Things have been pretty quiet since Rocket Boy," he said. "I think my skills are getting rusty." Hazel smirked.
Rusty is good, Leo. Rusty means the city is safe. Maybe just knowing the Leaping Leopard and Print Puma exist is enough to keep troublemakers out of Dunkinville.
She handed him a long tree pruning tool.
Here, if you really want to practice, you can prune those dead branches off the oak trees out back. Nice and high, just how you like it.
Leo laughed. "Very funny. Maybe another day." He pointed outside. "Check that out." Dark skies rolled in, thunder rumbling across the neighborhood. Lightning flashed inside the clouds. "I'm not foolish enough to be climbing in trees with that weather rolling in," he said. "Speaking of storms," he continued, "is it just me, or have we been having way too many storms lately? My last 5 soccer games were canceled."
I'm glad you asked.
Hazel said. She opened her laptop.
I've been tracking the weather. And Leo, this is definitely not normal.
She showed him graphs comparing the last 5 years of weather to the last 2 weeks. The difference was huge. Leo joked. "Oh, come on, Hazel. What do you think? Some kind of evil storm villain is causing bad weather?" Hazel didn't laugh.
Well, it could be.
Thunder boomed again. Hazel glanced outside.
Speaking of weather patterns, that storm is heading here fast. We'd better get inside.
They hurried in and turned on the TV. The news was reporting a severe thunderstorm heading toward Dunkinville. Then the screen glitched and turned to static momentarily. As the screen popped back on, a hooded figure appeared on the TV. Her voice crackled through the speakers, distorted and echoing.
Greetings, Dunkinville. I'm Cyclona, your new local weather reporter. Enjoying the storms? I hope so. Because here's your forever forecast. Cloudy with a chance of every storm you can imagine.
Lightning flashed behind her.
Floods, tornadoes, lightning. If you think these storms have been bad, just wait. I've got something special planned for tomorrow.
Then she leaned closer to the camera.
And no one can stop me. Not even the Leaping Leopard and the Print Puma. Ha 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 ha!
The picture on the TV flickered. then froze. The reporters' mouths stopped mid-sentence, and in an instant, the whole screen went black. Hazel turned to Leo.
I told you.
Yeah, Leo replied. You were right, like always. I'd better get going before this storm hits. I'll see you tomorrow. Leo hopped on his bike and headed back home. The next morning, Leo showed up at Hazel's house. She had 3 computer monitors open, all flashing weather data. Hazel pointed at her computers.
Check this out,
She said.
Pressure spikes, wind anomalies, electromagnetic pulses, and look, repeating storm signatures. She's not just making storms, she's controlling them.
Leo looked out the window. Hazel, it's sunny right now. Not a cloud in the sky. And my soccer game is actually happening today. I've got to get going.
Leo, you shouldn't go,
said Hazel.
Cyclona said she'd strike again.
Well, Leo was about to strike today too, Leo joked. I plan to strike about 6 goals. Come on, Hazel. The weather looks fine. Hazel sighed.
Well, make sure you wear your wrist comm just in case.
The soccer game was in full swing. Parents cheered while kids sprinted across the field. Leo felt alive, finally playing again. Everything was perfect. But just after Leo scored his first goal, a crackling noise rang out from the announcer booth. The microphone crackled loudly. Then, Cyclona's voice boomed through the speakers.
Attention, Dunkinville. This game is boring. Let's add some excitement.
Then, she climbed out of the booth and onto the roof with a strange machine strapped to her back. Leo whispered into his wrist comm. Hazel, come in. Cyclona is here. She's on the roof with some kind of machine. Hazel responded immediately.
Hang tight. I'm on the way. Try to get the people to safety.
Cyclona powered up her device. A ray shot into the sky. Clouds formed instantly. Lightning crackled, and strong winds whipped across the field. Rain began pouring down. A group of security guards ran toward Cyclona. But just as they got close, she fired a lightning bolt in front of them. They immediately turned and ran in the other direction. The storm exploded into chaos. Tornado-like winds, flooding streets, trees falling, and lightning everywhere. Cyclona laughed.
Ha ha ha. Hope you brought umbrellas. Today's forecast, 100% chance of superstorms.
She blasted away into the sky. The storm was growing too dangerous to stay outside, but Leo was surrounded by people. His friends, their families, everyone. He couldn't leap into action. One wrong move, and his secret identity, the Leaping Leopard, would be exposed. Then he spotted a manhole and had an idea. Everyone, down here! Hurry! Leo shouted. People climbed into the sewer. They were safe from the dangerous storm above, for now. But soon, floodwater began pouring in from above. The sewer began filling fast. Leo whispered into his wrist comm. Hazel, I've got everyone into the sewer, but it's starting to flood. Hurry! His friends asked him who he was talking to. Just a voice memo, Leo responded quickly. Note to self, don't go to soccer games when a crazy storm villain says she's striking the whole town. Water kept rising. People began to panic. Leo felt like he had failed. A few moments later, the manhole lifted. Hazel stood on the street above them like a true superhero. Lightning crackled behind her like a spotlight. "It's the print Puma!" someone in the crowd shouted.
Everyone stay calm.
Print Puma said.
I'm going to get you all out of here.
Behind her was a massive 3D printed aquatic rescue bus, parked and floating on the flooded street. Leo whispered, "Good timing. How did you print something this big?"
The good news is that I built it in my garage with all my 3D filament.
Hazel whispered back.
The bad news is that I used every last bit. I can't print anything else until I restock.
She loaded everyone onto the bus and drove them out of the storm to safety. They found a safe building where lots of people from town were gathering. Hazel helped everyone inside, making sure each person got in safely. The building was crowded with families sheltering from the storm, which made it easy for Leo to slip outside without anyone noticing. He met Hazel at the aquatic mobile. "Did you bring my suit?" Leo asked.
Obviously,
Hazel responded, handing him a backpack.
I'm out of filament, so it's up to you.
"But how do we find her?" Leo asked. Hazel opened her laptop.
I triangulated her position. She's east of here, probably about to attack the east side of Dunkinville.
They sped off, heading east. When they arrived to the coordinates, the skies above looked eerie. They spotted Cyclona on top of an abandoned radio tower. Her machine crackled with electricity. A massive supercell began forming overhead.
Leo, that machine has a stabilizer coil.
Hazel said, pointing.
If we break it, the storm collapses.
Leo quickly transformed into the Leaping Leopard. He hopped out of the vehicle and leapt into the storm, dodging lightning, jumping between swirling debris, and using the tornado winds to launch himself higher. Meanwhile, Hazel hacked into nearby power boxes, scrambling Cyclona's signal. Hazel spoke into her wrist device.
Leo, go left. She's charging another blast.
Cyclona fired lightning at him. Leo leapt out of the way, dug his claws into a nearby tower, and climbed up. The wind was so strong he could barely hang on, but he kept climbing. Hazel shouted through the comm.
Grab the lightning rod. It'll absorb the lightning.
Leo reached the top and grabbed the rod. Lightning struck, and the burst launched him straight toward Cyclona's machine. Before Cyclona could react, the Leaping Leopard ripped the coil free from the device. The machine sputtered, the storm collapsed, and the sky began to clear. Cyclona screamed and yanked a wind blaster device from her belt.
Try dodging this, leopard boy.
She fired a roaring blast of wind that slammed into Leo, blowing him off the tower. Cyclona grabbed her damaged storm machine. The wind blaster spun faster, lifting her into the air.
You haven't seen the last of me.
She shouted as she blasted away into the sky. Leo was falling fast. "Hazel!" he yelled.
I've got you, buddy.
Hazel said into her comm as she sprinted toward the building. She tapped her wrist device, and a stream of heated filament shot through the tube on her suit, weaving itself into a rescue net. It printed just in time to catch him. Leo bounced safely to the ground. "Thanks, Hazel," he said. I thought that might be my last leap. Hazel smirked.
Surprise! You're alive.
Wait, Leo said. I thought you were all out of printing filament.
I am,
Hazel responded.
but I may have saved a tiny reserve for emergencies like this.
Thanks, Leo said. You're a lifesaver. Hazel smiled.
Nice work, leopard boy.
Leo laughed. Nice work, Print Puma. Dunkinville was safe. For now. The end. And that is the end of our story, friends. Whoa, that Cyclona sure was scary, huh?
I guess so.
You did a great job with that voice. Just don't do it in the middle of the night when I'm sleeping. I might run out of the house screaming.
Thanks for the idea.
You wouldn't dare. Anyway, great job. I'm glad Leo and Hazel were able to save the day, even though they had some close calls. And that leads me to a moral I learned from today's story. Sometimes the best teamwork happens when each person uses their own strengths. Leo couldn't have saved the day without Hazel's brain power, and Hazel couldn't have done it without Leo's bravery. When you combine courage and creativity, you can handle anything. But what about you at home? What did you learn? Maybe something totally different? Maybe you learned that even superheroes need help. Or that being prepared matters?
Or that villains should never underestimate a print puma.
Well, that's it for today, friends. Thanks for tuning in. See you on the next one.
Toodles!